3 best substitutes for yeast to help you in a pinch. Yeast is an essential ingredient in many bread recipes, including dinner rolls, pizza dough, cinnamon rolls, and most loaf breads. It causes dough to rise, resulting in pillow-like soft bread. For baking purposes, it's usually sold as instant or active dry yeast, a light brown powder composed of a yeast called Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Dry yeast activates in the presence of water and sugar as it begins to eat and digest the sugar. This produces carbon dioxide bubbles that get trapped in dense snow. They then expand at room temperature or when exposed to heat, causing the dough to rise. This rising process, known as leavening, results in larger, fluffier, and softer baked goods than those that don't rise, such as flatbreads and crackers. You may wonder whether you can replicate this leavening process without yeast. Fortunately, several other ingredients replicate the action of yeast in baking. Here are the 3 best substitutes for yeast. 1. Baking powder. Baking powder causes baked goods to rise rapidly, but not to the same extent as yeast. You can replace yeast with baking powder at a 1-to-1 ratio. 2. Baking soda and acid. Baking soda and acid cause the same reaction as baking powder does, resulting in a quick rise. To use it in place of yeast, use 50% baking soda and 50% acid as a 1-to-1 replacement. 3. Sourdough starter. You can use 1 cup, 300 grams, of sourdough starter to replace 2 teaspoons of yeast. Still, you may need to adjust the amount of flour or liquid in the recipe and double the rise time. Making your own sourdough starter from scratch will take at least 5 days.